3, 2, 1.
Big blue helmet smash the sky. The Meadowlands roar, don't ask why. Eli's calm like ice, fire in his veins. 2 Super Bowls, 2 shining brains. Tom Brady's throne looked tall and rich, but Eli stepped up, made him his bitch. Gridiron giants, standing tall, breaking records, breaking walls, from the huddle to the end zone call. Giants, 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 we want it all. Giants, standing tall, breaking records, breaking walls, from the huddle to the end zone call. Giants, 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 we want it all. We want it all. Mike Jones spinning, tales of the past. Super Bowl glories built to last. Strahan sacks, Plaxico's catch. Coughlin's grit, the perfect match. The 18-0 dream hit the ditch when Eli threw that magic stick. Gridiron giant, standing tall, breaking records, breaking walls, from the huddle to the end zone call. Giants, 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 we want it all. Giants, standing tall, breaking records, breaking walls, from the huddle to the end zone call. Giants, 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 we want it all.
What's up, Big Blue fans? Welcome to another episode of Gridiron Giants. I'm your host, Mike Jones. This is brought to you by Game Changers Media. And today is the New York Giants Philadelphia Eagles rematch preview podcast. Wow. Let's just say, you know, we beat the Chargers, and that was, I mean, I can't say it was a shocker. You know, you always hope your team's going to win, but we actually come out of there with a victory. Gave us some confidence. Felt good to see our team actually beat a team we weren't expecting to beat. Then we go into New Orleans and we have turnover frenzies. Just a turnover, 5 turnovers, ridiculous. And you know, you kind of you start questioning again. Oh boy, what is this going to be? But then again, you expect it. It's a rookie quarterback, so you're kind of like, is this team for real? Is this team not for real? Obviously, this is a growing season. This is a season to progress Jackson Dart, get the team in order. But man, the energy Jackson Dart brings. So we got our asses stomped in New Orleans. Then we go to Mile High Stadium. And let me just say, we shut the Denver Broncos out for 3 quarters and, I don't know, 8 minutes. Zip, zero, nada. There was all the junk talking, trash talking, nonsense. Then there became some, you know, we gotta learn to win. You know, we got a team that's actually putting up points now. I remember when I was even worried we were going to put up 16, 17 points in a game. So ever since Jackson Dart's taken the helm, I mean, we've put up points. We've been putting up points, and you know, you got to be happy about that. You really do. So, yeah, I mean, Philly came into MetLife. We put it to them. I don't think they were expecting that. I think they were expecting the same old Giants, and they didn't get the same old Giants. So we played well. We played well. We had a good game that game. We ended up beating them 17-34, and you know, we controlled that game. We actually got into victory formation with 2 minutes left to go at the end of this game. So, I mean, passing first downs, they got us on passing for first downs 14-8. But we had more first downs. Rushing first downs 14-5. Giants got that in the first go round. I mean, Scat was crazy, 3 touchdowns. He was running through everybody. Just the human concussion. That's why I like the human concussion. That's all he is. Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo, Arm and Hammer. That's what I've been hearing people calling him. So, we went in there, we beat them in every way possible. We kept them out of the end zone. They scored 17 points. And the Giants, for once, got a victory against the Philadelphia Eagles. It had been a while. And it did help. We had 2 turnovers. Philly lost a fumble, and we got a pick on them with Cordell Flott. So we played a good, solid game. We caught Philadelphia off guard, and that's just what happened. Jackson Dart had a good, decent game. Hurts numbers weren't bad, but that interception and they lost a fumble really got him. Saquon Barkley has just been not Saquon Barkley. I have a feeling that's not going to be the case this week because, listen, this is a Super Bowl team. They won the Super Bowl, and you have to take them serious. It's not going to be easy to go into Lincoln Financial Field and take down the Philadelphia Eagles, and let alone put a sweep on. It'll be the first sweep that we've put on the Eagles since 2013, I believe. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff here going on. I really want to go in there and I really want to prove us, but we also have issues. We have secondary issues. We have last week kicker issues. Now they got kicker decisions to make this week. So they released McCatney, and which thank God, and we're coming off that horrible game in Denver at the end. It wasn't a horrible game. It was a really enjoyable game. We had a 99% chance of winning with 5:21 to go in that game. And the Denver Broncos put up the most points in a quarter in their franchise history, 33 points. It's most by any NFL team that was shut out the first 3 quarters. I mean, we broke all the shitty fucking records you can think of. 1,602 consecutive games before this game, NFL teams leading by 18 or more points with 6 minutes remaining had won 1,602 of those games. That means they were 100% leading 18 points going into the fourth quarter. They were 1,602 and 0. Now that stat is 1,602 and 1, and the New York Giants are that team. So there was some nonsense. You had Burns bitching and moaning about dropping 8 and only rushing 3. People take it out of context. People maybe didn't. Who knows the actual context of that? But at first, you're thinking, oh, he's bitching about the coach. He's bitching about Bowen. Why is he dropping 8 and only rushing 3? And nah. But Burns came out and said it was more of a pissed off thing. We were dropping 8. We need to make that play. There's no way that Mims should have got in behind the defense and been able to catch a ball. Like, somebody missed their assignment. They messed it up. And when you're dropping 8, man, there should be nothing over 10, 15 yards. So they made a mistake there. Clock management was bad. There was just a whole bunch of stuff that came into that. But the one that stuck out was the kicker, just because, don't mean to put it on the kicker. It's not totally on the kicker. Obviously, it's a team game, but he missed 2 extra points that game. Therefore, he is no longer with the team. And, can you blame him? I wouldn't have him on the team either. So now Gano's supposed to be coming off the IR. And I've heard people talking about having 2 kickers on the roster, but I don't think I think it's silly. Yes, so they got a choice to make. Do we either trust Gano or do we put Koo in? And honestly, Koo was a good kicker for a long time. He had a rough go at it in Atlanta. Therefore, he's not in Atlanta, but we ended up picking him up. I'm pretty sure he can kick a damn extra point. I mean, that's what's important. I mean, if we can count on you from 40 and under and kick extra points, I mean, that would be a plus. So, I don't think we can't have 2 kickers on the active roster. You just can't do it. We have secondary issues that need to be cleared up. We're gonna have to have extra players in reserve for that situation. Yeah, thank you, Eagles Uncensored. Appreciate it. Hey, good luck this weekend too, man. But we have too many injuries and stuff to sit there and waste a roster spot on carrying 2 kickers. So we have to sit there. We have to just pick our choice. We either run with Koo or we run with Gano. I like Gano, but Gano hasn't been able to stay healthy. And last time he got injured, it was during pre-game warm-up. So, obviously it's a gamble. You don't know really what to do, but I think they end up going with Gano. I mean, that's what I would do. This is going to be a good game either way. We're not the old Giants. It's not what we've seen. We've been putting up points. This Eagles team isn't the same team as they were last year as well. And they're sure as hell ain't going to be the same team that we played 2 weeks ago. Like I said, we're going into a tough fan base, Lincoln Financial Field, and they're brutal. They're brutal in there, and it's going to be loud. It's going to be nasty. Jalen Carter's going to be in this time. It's just things are going to be different. Obviously we don't know that if Adebo or Holland's going to be playing. That's unclear yet. I hope one of them at least play. Burns has not practiced all week, but he said he's going to be on the field Sunday. So, and that's an important part. He's tied for the most sacks in the league with 9. I think he's actually leading the league in tackles for a loss, I believe. So, I mean, that is a big deal. Without Burns, I would be even more concerned. But the overall goal of this game is we have to get pressure to Jalen. We can't let Brown and Smith on the outside get us. We have to play a good game. And that's scary because if Adebo's out and they put Banks in, it feels like every time Banks is in, it's a nightmare. That's how it feels. Either the kids got to step up or, we got to just move on from Banks. We had high hopes from him when we drafted him, and he just hasn't panned out. And sometimes that happens, but it's, you got to be in the same mindset as the rest of your teammates. You have to be wanting to work hard. You got to work better. And I haven't seen Banks get better. Here we are going into week 8, and it seems like every time Banks is in, it's a disaster. So I know they picked up Corey Black. We had drafted Corey Black, I believe, in the 7th round this year. He was going to make the original 53-man team. He ended up getting bumped out. We were going to re-sign him to the practice squad. He said, fuck that. I'm going to the Jets. So he signed with the Jets practice squad. And now we pretty much poached him back to our practice squad. I don't know if he's going to be elevated, but I mean, I could see it happening just because of our corner situation. And I guess that probably depends on Adebo and whatnot. So there's that. Our offensive center, John Michael Smits, he was been out with a concussion. He's possible to play, which would be good. Any of the starting pieces. Wide receiver Darius Slayton, he's been nursing a hamstring injury for the last couple weeks, and Slayton's not a all superstar, but you know what? He still can get behind the defense. He's still a veteran, and if the ball comes his way, he just needs to make sure he gets his hands on it. And that O-line is going to have their hands busy this week, especially on the interior with Jalen Carter coming up, and they're going to be trying to stop some of the runs. He wasn't there, like I said, the first game. He's going to be trying to force Jackson out of the pocket, because if you notice, Jackson Dart, he likes to, when he takes off generally straight up the middle to the right or left. So that's going to change the whole game plan. And, the Eagles are healthier this time, and that's scary. It's you know, you want to play the teams at their best and whatnot, but man, take any help you can get. First time we'd be sweeping them in forever. It would be the first. I think I said 2003, but I think it was actually the first. It would be the first season sweep for the Giants over the Eagles since 2007. So I mean, obviously we got our backs against it. They're giving the Giants 7.5 points in this game. So obviously that's the way they're leading on DraftKings. They got the Giants, people picking the Giants 18% to win. So, I mean, it could be worse because I remember before the first Eagles game, everybody picked the Eagles, and you know, that's a good feeling. This team's come a long way. Dart's he's made a lot of mistakes, but that's to be expected with a rookie, and you know, he takes it seriously, I believe, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good game. Yeah, man. That's what I expect too. A hard smash mouth game. This isn't going to be like the first one. I think this one comes down to the wire. I still got us both putting up a lot of points, but I got the Giants 32-27. Obviously, I'm a Giants fan, so I'm going to be a little biased and pick the Giants. But the Eagles are no joke. We can't just sit there and let them pick us apart. We have to come together as a team. We have to stay on the same page, and we have to bring the pressure. One, we have to be able to stop Saquon, and two, we have to be able to cover deep. Can't let Smith. We can't let Brown get over the top of us. The last game, Goddard had almost over 100 yards or so. So we can't let y'all's tight end absolutely eat us over the middle. This is going to be a good game. I think this is going to be back and forth all game. It's going to come down to the end. And hey, you guys will probably have the advantage at the end because we're not good at closing games. You've seen it. This team is new to what they're doing with Dart and Scat and the rookies. So that's the next step for the New York Giants. They need to learn how to close out these games. And man, we failed with Denver. That was embarrassing. First couple days, I'm so irritated. You're like sick to your stomach. How do you lose a game like that? But as time's going by, you're starting to understand there's growing pains. There's going to be things that happen. We took our foot off the gas, or we were out of gas, one of the two. They were pretty winded. And, you know, that is going to get you. That team up at Mile High Stadium, I mean, that thin air, it'll creep in on you, especially when you're not the home team that plays in it half the season. So, yeah, like I said, experts are largely favoring the Eagles, and they gave them a 77% or more win probability, which is fair. They're Super Bowl champions, and they did their offense throwing through the air looked really, really good last week. But we're seeing each other quick within 2 weeks. That means a lot of the tape you're watching is right there, fresh in your head. You're going to have better schemes coming up. So this is going to be literally a lot of coaching and going through that stuff. I was checking out the injury report. Paulson Adebo has not participated in practice. Brian Burns hasn't participated in practice, but he did come out and say that he was going to be at the game. He's going to be in the game. No worries. So I'm apt to go with what he has to say. Chauncey Golston still out with a neck injury. Javon Holland did not participate in practice with the knee. Limited practice for Daniel Bellinger with a neck. Illuminor, limited practice, knee. John Michael Smith was a full participant Thursday. He's coming off the concussion. Darius Slayton was limited. And Jackson Dart and Graham Gano was full participant for the last 2 days. So it looks like I think that Gano is going to be our kicker, and that's the way it's going to go. A.J. Brown for the Eagles was nursing a hamstring thing. He did not participate, but it's hard with these wide receivers and hamstring issues. Sometimes they just sit out until the game. Dory Jackson, concussion, did not participate. Cam Jurgens, the center, knee, did not participate. Azeez Ojulari, hamstring, did not participate. Jeremiah Trotter did not participate. Limited practice. So, I mean, but you guys got Jalen Carter back. This is going to be crazy. We need to decide whether we're going to play Banks or whether we're going to move somebody up to the active roster. And Abdul Carter still needs a goddamn sack. Come on, man. He was our number 3 pick in the draft. This guy has put so much pressure on these quarterbacks, and he just can't get there. He's got a half a sack, and I think that came in game 1. He has to step up this game because we don't know. We don't know what Burns is going to be like. We don't know if Burns is going to be 100. He said he's going to play, but does that mean he's going to be 100? And his foot seemed to be bothering him quite a bit, and that can really affect his pass rush, and that's very important. And Wan'Dale started coming alive. Our tight ends, Bellinger had a big touchdown reception last week, so Jackson Dart is getting comfortable with his tight ends. It's starting to look pretty good. And like I said, we haven't swept the Birds since 2007. Come on. 2007. Let's go. Come on. Let's break some of these things, that stupid statistics up. We gotta put point. Either way, the my main point is the Giants are gonna have to put points on the board. We can't play from behind. I mean, a touchdown's one thing, but we can't get deep in the hole with this Philadelphia team. They are a championship caliber team. They do know how to close games, and we have to play better. We We can't have turnovers. We got to win the turnover battle. I'm thinking at least 2-0, 2-0. We got to get at least two turnovers. So, and that's a big ask. It's a big ask. I mean, but Jackson Dart in this Giants offense in the red zone is 9 for 11 since Jackson Dart has been in there. So if we can get to the red zone, we have a really high probability of getting touchdowns. And that's really what is important. And, the biggest thing I worry about is Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is coming off the best year ever by a running back. He's really good. He was one of my favorites when he played for the Giants. But as you see, offensive line makes the big deal. Obviously, that Eagles offensive line isn't the same because you could see the same thing when Barkley played for the Giants. When the offensive line was popping, Saquon Barkley had good games. When the offensive line was just not there, Saquon Barkley had shit games. So if you don't have a decent offensive line, Saquon Barkley is pedestrian. He's still amazing, super athletic, crazy running back, but he needs an offensive line to get those gaps started and break through those holes. This is going to be a good game, guys. I mean, end of story. The Giants and Eagles are typically good games. It's sad that the Giants season has gone the way it has. The heartbreaking loss we took against Dallas, which sucks. The New Orleans Saints, and then, of course, Denver. We should have 3 more wins in our column. We should be fighting at the top of this division. And, that's crazy to say because I wasn't really expecting that when this season started. I figured Russ was going to play most of the season. Dart maybe gets in the last 4 or 5 games and starts getting accustomed to things. But things changed. Russell was absolutely horrendous other than that Dallas game. And this kid comes in and him and Scat just energized this locker room. Tracy went out injured with his shoulder, and it was just Cam and Scat, man. And they put the hammer down. They literally are running people over, breaking people's ankles, making things out of nothing. And the Dart in the pocket is amazing. It's like he has eyes in the back of his head. And he's going to be really tested this week because of Jalen Carter. He's going to be really tested if Carter can shut down the center of that line and give him nowhere to step up and run. And if you watch the Denver game last week, Dart didn't really run last week. So, and we were winning. People were worried, if you take Dart's running ability away, this Giants team ain't nothing. Well, that's not true. We shut the Denver Broncos out for 3 quarters, and Dart barely used his legs. He used his legs to move around the pocket and, to roll out and stuff, but he didn't take off for a lot of rushing yards like he had been doing. So he can do it in the pocket. He missed a couple shots over the top, overthrowing, and that's to be expected. Like I said, he's a rookie. He hasn't got that the time to do that yet, get that timing down and whatnot. So this is going to be a great game. I'm excited to sit here. I'm gonna go live. We're gonna do a live watch party. Me and my boy are gonna sit here and watch this. So we'll be doing that. Game 2 in 2 weeks. It's so weird. It's so weird to say that the Giants won't be playing the Eagles after October. Like usually we play the Eagles early in the year, late in the year, and here we are. We're going to be done playing the Eagles after this weekend. So, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. I'd rather play them now than towards the end of the season when they're really catching a nice rhythm or whatever they got going on. Because I imagine that the Eagles are going to start, coming through. They're 5-2. It's not like they're playing terrible football. They're not playing Eagles championship football like they have been last year. Obviously they had some people leave on defense and they have some injuries and stuff, but I'd rather get this game out of the way now when it's early, and then the Giants have work to do. We're going to need a lot. We got San Fran after the Eagles. Then we play the Bears, whose defense has been playing pretty good. Then we got Green Bay. Then we got the Lions. That's a big one. And then we got the Pats. And then we finally go on a bye. And then we play the Commanders, which the Commanders haven't been looking that great. Minnesota doesn't look that great to me. The Raiders don't look that great. And we need to split the season games in our division with Dallas to end it off. So those last 4 games, Washington, Minnesota, Raiders, and Dallas, I think we have a solid chance, barring major injuries or anything changing drastically on this Giants team. We can do something. We can make some noise. Stuff can happen. And Dallas has a chance of losing, and they're playing Denver this week. I believe Denver beat the Eagles. Denver beat the Giants, and now we need Denver to beat the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington's got Kansas City this week, and I believe Mariota's in, and Daniels is out hurt again. So Kansas City, we need Kansas City to beat Washington. So if we can win, Dallas loses and Washington loses, we're right up there. We're right in that mix. Nothing's impossible. And I'm not sitting here telling you, we're going for, we're fighting for a playoff team. But you know what? I can say that at the same time, because I don't think none of us Giants fans were expecting these Giants to look like this. We weren't expecting them to put up 30 points in multiple games. We weren't expecting them to almost take down arguably the best defense in the league in Denver. We weren't expected to go and beat the Chargers. We weren't expected to beat the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. And you can just see the mood change in this team. I think that Jackson Dart does good mentally. I don't think they're going to be living in the past. This team's wiping the slate clean, and they're going in here, and I'm thinking they're going to have a chip on their shoulder. The only issue is Philadelphia is going to have a bigger chip on their shoulder. They don't want to get swept by the Giants. They are the Super Bowl champions. They come off a victory last week. They don't want to lose again. And, this is going to be in the trenches dogfight. It's going to be a classic New York Football Giants, Philadelphia Eagles fest. It's going to be crazy. One of the cool things is I'm excited because of Burns. Like, Burns is having a defensive player of the year type season. Let me get that off of there. This is him compared to Michael Parsons. But if you look at the top here, you got Brian Burns tied with Byron Young from the Rams for 9 sacks in the league. Nick Bonito sits at 3rd. Jonathan Cooper with 6, and Aiden Hutchinson at 6. So my boy Burns is putting in the work. He's leading Michael Parsons in sacks. He's got more solo and assisted tackles. He's got hell of a lot, 12-5 tackle for losses. And they both have 13 QB hits. And I'm only comparing them to Micah because Micah's a monster. And honestly, that's what I came up with first. So obviously Burns has one more game. So that's a little skewed, but moral of the story is Brian Burns is for real. He's a monster. And then it helps that we got Sexy Dexy in the middle. And then we got the rookie Abdul. We got Kayvon Thibodeau, which Kayvon's great. Maybe needs to have a little bit better tackling. But I mean, Kayvon's a good player too. I'm really advocating for Abdul Carter to get this. He needs to get this first sack. I mean, that's really where it comes down to. I really want to see this first sack. I did see this video I wanted to share with you. This joint had me cracking up. I'm not even gonna lie.
What the hell happened here? I'll tell you what happened. These guys wrote a check their butts couldn't cash. Walk me through it. These guys thought they were gonna dog walk me and my bro, and I'm all like, bro, you don't want these problems. I'm 6 whiskey Mountain Dews deep. Next thing we know, we're tussling, and I'm all like, rah, kaboom! And I'm all like, wash, and then those guys just start grabbing on each other's butts and pushing. And I'm all like, weird, bro, that's not fighting. And then Scat Attack finished them off. Sounds to me like a couple tush pushers got what they deserved. Case closed. What the heck?
I mean, if you like these football cartoon memes, like these things are freaking hilarious. Riot Comedy on X. Some of these videos these guys have are crazy. This one's for my boy Jamie, Kansas City fan. This was hilarious. Let me switch over to this. This one, I like this one too. This is really funny. Oh, hold on, we're missing something. We're missing something. Having a little technical difficulties. Let's see if I can. Just give me a second here. Sorry, I had something was the browser. Oh. Let's see, hold on. Give me 1 second. All right, here, Jamie. This is for you, man. This show was funny.
Oh yeah, we're so back. Chiefs are back, baby. Woo! Now we're the favorite to win the Super Bowl. Everyone can suck our dongs like a glory hole. I'm also the favorite to win the MVP. All we had to do was pay the referee. No one can stop me or watch me. Ow! Take your gay song across the street to the Poopy Pickle. This place is pretty cool. It's good to see some other NFL players here at the Poopy Pickle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't. Just the comedy that comes out anymore, man. Hilarious. There is one for Tua. I'll share that one for Big C over at Fin Posse Podcast. He'll love this one. It's pretty funny.
I'm afraid we got some bad news, Tua. We're benching you. Tua play football. Not anymore. We're moving you to the bench. But Tua bunked head for team. And now Tua get water for team. You'll be our Bobby Boucher. But Bobby was tarded. Tua not tarded. Of course you weren't, buddy. That's why you're getting a super important job. It'll be a promotion. Whoa. You're gonna be the sideline electrolyte administrator. You gotta make sure all the players' electrolytes are balanced. Like a scientist. Sure, whatever. Wow, Tua better get started. You're an asshole, coach.
Man, you can't make this stuff up, man. People who come up with this stuff, it's funny. It's insane. I thought we'd finish off the show on a funny note like that. Remember, hit that like button, share, subscribe. It helps. Every person helps. I appreciate it. Stop in, say hi. If anybody ever wants to join the stream, or we're not in the middle of something serious, so you want to join, let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. But like I said, this is the end of the preview for the Giants Philly game. Good luck, Philadelphia. Good luck, Giants. I think it's going to be a banger. It's going to be a good game and a dogfight, absolute dogfight. I still got the Giants winning 32-27. let's go. Let's go, Big Blue. We got this. Let's put another dub on the board. Let's get Jackson to 3-2, and let's show the NFL we're serious. I mean, that's what's up. That's what's up. And yeah, that's all I got for you. Thank you for joining this episode of Gridiron Giants. I'm your host, Mike Jones, brought to you by Game Changers Media. Please remember, hit that like button on your way in or on your way out. Subscribe, and we'll catch you Sunday for the watch party. And can we get our first sweep of the Eagles since 2007? Only time will tell. Everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy football and take care, man. Go Big Blue. Go Giants.
We want it all.
3, 2, 1.
Big blue helmet smash the sky. The Meadowlands roar, don't ask why. Eli's calm like ice, fire in his veins. 2 Super Bowls, 2 shining rays. Tom Brady's throne